Welcome, my fiery Sagittarians. This is your August 2024 reading. This is going to be for Sagittarius, Sun, Moon, or Rising. And you can certainly have, placements in more than one. This is also for those who are intuitively guided, and I thank you for paying attention to your intuition, and that's what I mean when you're intuitively guided. Something makes you click on the video. You may not even know if you have Sagittarius in your chart. Something is nudging you towards it. That's your spirit guides, because I do read through my spirit guides, who then connect to your spirit guides. And by the way, I feel like that's the reason why a reading can definitely apply to so many different people, different situations. But I feel like we're all soul connected, and that's why. And I really trust in my guides to reach your guides. It'll find you in divine timing. Um, and yeah, divine timing. You may also be in love with a Sagittarius, whether platonically or romantically. And just remember to also keep your intuition open, because if that's the case, your guides still know that you're here. So you'll probably receive some messages for yourself. Um, August seems to be, it seems like it's going to be a little bit of an up and down month for you. But I feel like just the beginning of the month, we are going into Mercury retrograde, August 4th. So, you could have problems with electronics. Um, you might want to think about what you say before you say it. Try not to get involved in anyone else's drama, because it just won't serve you. But I feel like when you know that, you know that Mercury's is going to be in retrograde, then you can plan for it. Like, why am I feeling this way? But I feel like financially, again, the beginning of the month might be, you might be concentrating on your finances. Think about your spending. Um, and romantically, I feel the same thing. Like, just watch, think about what you're going to say. But I also feel like, once we get, let's just say, like around the 10th of the month, I feel like romance is going to blossom. So it just feels like the beginning of the month may be just a little up and down, but then I feel like then it's smooth sailing. I do feel like you've been reflecting upon yourself for the last couple months, growing spiritually. And now this may be a time for like action. So, anyways, with all that said, let's go ahead and get into your reading. We are going to use Mother Mary for her beautiful words of wisdom. I am going to use that at the end of the reading. I feel like Mother Mary is always the cherry on top of that sundae. Like, tells us exactly what we need to know, and it always seems to relate right back to the reading. So, one of my favorite oracle cards, and that's why I stick with it. I just love the messages. We are going to use the Gilded Tarot to clarify or go deeper. And we do go deep. That's why the readings are long. I put no time limit on my readings. Whatever they need to be is what they are. And I know some people prefer shorter readings. It's just not this channel. I've tried doing shorter readings, and I can do shorter readings. I just don't feel like I'm serving you, because I feel like really these readings are like a roadmap. Like, how do I get to my ultimate destiny? And that's what these readings will help you with. That's why they're longer. So for your main spread, the Psychic Tarot really stood out to me. So this is the spread we're going to start with. I'm going to go ahead and give it a couple shuffles. Everything's always pre-shuffled before you come. I just like to shuffle it with you also here. And I feel like one more shuffle. One more. Okay. Let's go ahead and give him a cut. And let's officially open the reading. I'm going to bring the lid down a little bit. There we go. Okay. Just take a moment also to just like breathe deeply, inhale, and then exhale any worry. Definitely ask your guides, if you choose, your spirit guides to give you signs of confirmation in the reading, whether that be like a number, a name, a flower. I'm constantly saying random things, but I've learned that it's because some of you are asking for that confirmation. So I let it come out. All right. Just going to calm my own mind. And let's begin. Sagittarius, August. So, I say August, and every time I say a month, I think, well, it's going to reach you in divine timing. So, whenever that is for you, that is divine timing. All right, so we start with obstacles and challenges. It is a number five. So, five wants you to consider change. Um, I feel like this is what you've been through, and this is probably why this is your first card. I get this feeling like there's one more obstacle, one more challenge, but I also feel like this is something you can definitely get through. Maybe that's why you've been, and I know not everyone's been in a state of reflection, um, but I do feel a lot have. I feel like there's nothing that's going to stop you from overcoming whatever obstacles or challenges are put in your way. And again, some of you may have already overcome. We have partnerships and alliances. This is the Three of Pentacles. The Three of Pentacles really talks about your individuality, who you are in the world, being proud of that. There's nothing you need to change about you. This can certainly talk about a partnership, whether that be romantically or in your creative house, in your money. I'm just looking at the way their arms, instead of holding hands, it's like they're hanging onto each other's arms. It just feels like it's meant to be, kind of meant to be. This could certainly talk about someone who is going to help you overcome potentially an obstacle. Three of Pentacles is also about your creativity. And, you know, to me, it's the energy where something you're doing that just feels like it's meant for you. There's a comfort level to it. Though you can question that, with the five right before it. By the way, the five and the three is an eight. That stands for a new beginning. So there could be some type of change that needs to happen. It could also talk about you really believing in yourself. This could be something that you do again in the world, in your creative house, and there can be 1,000 other people who do the same thing, but this is really telling you that nobody does it like you, and to be proud of that. I also feel it's funny, I'm getting all these messages on one card. But I also feel in the Three of Pentacles, it feels to me like there's someone who's admiring you. And I have a feeling you probably don't know that. You know what I mean? Like someone who's admiring you from afar. Now, when I say afar, it doesn't have to mean like they're in a different country. They could work in the same office you work in. I just feel like the words haven't been spoken. And I also feel like this is the energy of putting my head down and just doing my thing. Doing my thing. We have another five, financial and material changes. It's interesting because you just may meet, or you may already know. There could be someone who like comes in to help you overcome something, or when I say comes in to help you overcome, It could just be like someone's words of wisdom, and it's like, ah, it's like that aha moment. So financial and material changes. Okay, let's keep going. See what that's talking about. Hmm. The Nine of Swords. Okay. Suffering in silence is what it says here. But really, the Nine of Swords, it is an energy of worry, yes. But the meaning of the card is unnecessary worry. Sometimes it can just simply mean that we may be trying to control something too tightly, something that is beyond us anyway. And I often feel our spirit guides are just saying, hand it over to us. What you cannot control, hand it over to us. And, maybe just get back to what you were doing. This nine is mirroring the obstacles and challenges. So maybe, what you think is going to be a challenge, maybe really in the long run, it's not going to be. Nine is always about reflection, but final reflection. So, you're focusing on these obstacles and challenges. However, I feel like you're really being guided to some type of change here. And even though there's worry connected to it, again, it's like your spirit guides are saying, you don't need to worry, right? Just put your head down, do your thing, and the rest will just seems to fall in place. Let's bring those up a little, give myself some room. Okay. So the first line, a little difficult, though it doesn't have to be at the same time. If some of you, let's say you have your own business and you're worried that, um, that it won't pay off. I feel the opposite of that, to be honest. Like, I feel like if you're willing to focus on something, then I do feel like you're going to see the fruits of your labor. It may have taken some time. So to me, that means that a lot of you have already been in this action, probably have already started something. It doesn't have to be like, your own business. It could be a project that you're working on. Again, a lot of worry over that. But the main message is about, you being true to you. Um, and I feel like you already have the skills or the talent to do what it is you want to do. And if you let's say you're starting something new and you're just not sure, like, I don't have all the knowledge. Well, then I feel like this is about learning as you go. Like, sometimes you don't need to know everything, sometimes you learn it as you start to move into it. Okay, beautiful. Positive movement forward. So now we really want to look at that Nine of Swords. You know what I mean? Because it's a different type of energy. Again, the Nine of Swords is worry, but unnecessary. And you're worrying about some type of challenge, an obstacle. Can I overcome it? The answer is yes. Now, this is also to me the energy of what I think about, I bring about. So I really feel like you need to trust yourself. Trust your intuition, that first instinct. Don't overthink it. In the Nine of Swords, I can definitely be overthinking something. But this is telling you like you're heading in the right direction. This person's heading towards the sun. This can also be fast moving energy. So if I'm trying to make a decision on something and I let that worry go, I can still have the worry, but I'm going to take a chance anyway. I'm kind of feeling the fool's energy there. I'm still going to take that chance. Well, I feel like that was the right decision. Here is an eight. So it is a new beginning. And it doesn't have to be in all areas of your life, but something is moving in a positive way. Again, Think about what you're thinking about. Like, think about the law of attraction. What intentions am I putting out into the universe? I feel like part of this is saying the more you trust within you, the more positive results you're going to see, really in all areas of your life. You know, that obstacles and challenges that we began with, it's like, okay, now we can put that to bed. Now we can move that energy out and start opening up positive energy. They're heading right towards the sun. We have spiritual strength. So another nine. And I like this nine versus suffering in silence, you know, a lot unnecessary worry. This is really about trusting in your guides. It's like your guides are right there beside you. They're not going to let anything fall on you. I don't feel like, if I'm afraid of failure, I don't feel like that's going to happen. Some of you are moving into much more spiritual type energy. We go from an 8 to the 9. And that makes perfect sense. Again, your spiritual team saying, we've got you. We've got you. We're going to help guide you. You just need to trust in us. When I say that in that Three of Pentacles, I felt like, there could be someone who's coming in to help you. That could certainly be the case. But also, your spirit guides are helping you. They're trying to give you clarity so that you can move forward really without, I hate to say no fear, because that's life. But I feel like I'm not going to allow the fear to stop me. Let's put it that way. Then we have memories of love. Memories of love. This is the Six of Cups. Six of Cups talks about, special memories that I've had. And I feel like, we can certainly talk about someone that someone from your past where you do have good memories of. But I also feel like it's your energy. It feels like, and listen, for some, it can certainly talk about, again, someone that may be who you're partnering up with. And when I say partnering up, it doesn't have to be forever. But yet, if that's the case, I feel like you would want it to be, from that point on. But I also feel this can be talking about, and I feel it is talking about also, um, something that's within you, something that maybe you've always wanted to try, you've always wanted to do. Maybe the time just never seemed right. Maybe obstacles kept coming in front of you. That could be because it just wasn't the right time, right? It wasn't divine timing. And with spiritual strength here, I do feel this is talking about divine timing. To me, that means there's going to be a seed that's coming to fruition. The Nine of Wands is also asking you to look back at your own experiences. Nines can be a chapter. We run in 9-year chapters. It could be a chapter that's coming to an end and something new, positive movement forward that's opening up. This feels like a different energy than the top. And I feel like because your spirit guides want you to reflect a little bit, it's really about looking at how much you have grown, both spiritually, but even in your material world. Like, and if you don't feel that yet, I feel like you will. Like you may start just growing by leaps and bounds. All right, let's keep going. So, it's interesting because you have two fives that do speak about change, but then you have two nines. And nines to me are, yes, they are about reflection, but final reflection, right? I don't want to spend, years and years doing this reflection. Because really, I feel like the majority of you, I do feel like, you're understanding that you're more than just, this human being, that you're also a spiritual being. And in that energy, the Nine of Wands, it's really what you figured out. I call this person my spirit warrior. Why? Because of what they have overcome. And, memories of love, positive movement forward, that is very uplifting energy that I'm sending out into the universe. Well, hello, star. Your hopes, your dreams, your wishes. Interesting coming under the Nine of Swords, though. Can I manifest them? In the star's energy, it is about hope, right? But it asks you to keep hope alive. Again, I feel like something may have gotten in your way, but kind of feel like it was your guides because I feel like something is opening up in what feels like divine timing to me. Hope. I didn't even realize that literally says hope. And by the way, it's mirroring positive movement forward. So, you know, try to get rid of that unnecessary worry. I feel like take a chance on yourself because I feel like what you're doing is you are manifesting um, some type of dream. And again, this could be something that I've been wanting to do, but the time just never seemed right. Well, it feels like this is the right time. This is also the card of Aquarius, sitting next to memories of love. Who knows? And then we have the Seven of Wands, stand your ground. Stand your ground. I feel like this is about, again, if anyone's telling me like negative things, if there is something I want to bring to the world, something I want to do, and I feel like you'll be a natural at it, but you do have to move into it at the same time. Remember, in the stars energy, again, your hopes, your dreams, your wishes, but divine needs your help in manifesting this. That means like you'll be intuitively guided, but then taking that movement. So, for those naysayers out there who say you can't be successful, you won't, that's not going to work out. Just ignore it. This may be a time, especially with Mercury going to retrograde, really not to take on what other people's opinions. Trust within yourself. It's really what the Three of Pentacles speaks about. Trusting within yourself. You know, you were made exactly how you were meant to be made in this world. There are certain talents that you possess. And again, it doesn't matter how many other people do it. This is about you. And this is about, I feel like, bringing a dream or dreams to reality. So I feel like don't fight. Don't get caught in anyone's drama. Believe in yourself. Seven is also a spiritual number, and we could definitely see your spirit guides being involved here. To me, that means, whatever it is that you're doing, bringing to the world, it feels like it's meant to be. Keep moving forward no matter what. We have 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So we can definitely see the progression. And I feel like in the Seven of Wands, it looks like this person's claiming victory, right? Like I'm staking my claim. And it does feel like over the world. So some of you may be doing something that is larger than life, but I still feel success will be yours. Again, maybe there's just one final obstacle. Don't let it hold you back because, again, what I think about, I bring about. My vibration is so important because if my vibration is in the Nine of Swords and I let that worry take over, well, it's not that you can't still manifest, but will it be all that it could be? Hmm. All right, let's keep going. Okay, Four of Cups, discontentment, boredom. But in the Four of Cups energy, this person's receiving a cup. Now, if we look at this image, though, this image is their back is to the world. Some of you, I feel like because you may have been in a state of reflection and dissatisfied within certain things, that may be actually what pushes you to change courses. Again, this person is being handed a cup. You can't see it in this image, but nonetheless, it's what's happening. And this is about learning to use your spiritual discernment. It's coming right under your spiritual team, spiritual strength. Coming under the Three of Pentacles, your individuality, trusting within yourself. So I feel like there's something in your life that you're just a little unsatisfied with, but I feel like this is showing you there's an answer. There's a way to change that. Temperance. Beautiful. Your major arcana. And I always love when your major arcana shows in your reading, but it says patience, right? Patience. To me, that just means that something, again, it just wasn't the right time. This is about trusting in divine timing. Again, what I can't control, hand it over to my guides, hand it over to divine, and all good things in their time. Interesting, it's also coming under memories of love. So for some of you, if it's speaking of love, let's say someone, because in the Six of Cups, chances are you already know who this person is. And this is someone that you would have good memories of. Some of you may have gone through like a difficult relationship and you're coming out the other side. And what I mean by that is you may be cutting ties. And then it kind of feels like then the perfect person may be put in place. Beautiful. Material and spiritual prosperity. I feel like that is answering a question. If I am worried, let's say that some changes have happened in your material world. Maybe I didn't ask for them. But listen, maybe in the same breath, they were, it's hard to say that, like I was meant, let's say, to lose a job or what have you. But in the same time, it may be exactly what moves you forward, moves you into, well, it's coming under the star, moves you into definitely prosperity, right? We have financial material changes up here, obstacles and challenges, the two fives. But then ultimately, as I put positive intentions out there, I let go of the things I cannot control. I believe the divine can actually help me manifest and ask for their help. That is what you're going to find. And again, if anyone is saying, like, there's no way, you know, whether it be talking about a person that you love or whether it be talking about, some type of talent you have, that I really feel like it's something that you probably have wanted to bring, to the world, but those challenges kept coming in front of you. Well, this just feels like the right time. Material and spiritual prosperity. It's like it is answering the question, can I manifest a dream? The answer is yes. Not only can you manifest it, but this is talking about true success. And I kind of love that it's also saying spiritual prosperity, because I feel like this reading is asking you to trust in divine. Again, sometimes things, like, let's put it this way, I could have met someone, thought that it was going to be more than it turned out to be, but it may have been the wrong time, especially if it's like soulmate energy. But I don't want to say that you weren't meant to meet. You were probably meant to meet. It just wasn't the time to like really come together. Temperance is saying, put all that worry on my shoulders and put your intentions out into the universe. Tell the universe, I want to manifest this dream. And I feel like with victory and success here, material and spiritual prosperity, you will. And I do feel like with the Four of Cups here, it's like you want this change anyways. You may be looking at temperance like, yes, I do. When's it coming? When's it coming? Well, soon. I mean, it follows temperance. All right, let's look at the bottom of the deck. Seven of Cups. You may have more than one option here. It says choose wisely. Seven of Cups can talk about, cups coming your way, but it can feel a little chaotic. Maybe your own energy feels a little chaotic. That would make sense with the Nine of Swords here. And, it makes it harder to like decide whether or which cup I want to choose. And let's not forget the Four of Cups. This person is receiving a cup. I just feel like they just don't know it yet. But I feel like this is talking about more than one thing coming your way. Now, does that mean you can only choose one? Well, let's look underneath. Look at that. The Ace of Wands. Passion ignited. Some of you, divine is really helping to guide you. It's like they're activating your chakras, getting you ready, following your passion. Which one? Whichever one you choose. Interesting. I'm just looking at the numbers for a second. So we had two sevens, we have two nines, we have, I thought we had two eights, but for some reason I'm not seeing the other eight. Though the star, 17, 7 plus 1 is an 8. Two sixes, and they are connected by temperance, divine timing. I feel like you're looking at temperance like, I'm just not satisfied. there's something that's missing. Temperance is like, you're right, but we're controlling that for you. When I say controlling that for you, what I really mean, because I feel like it starts with you putting those intentions out there and then believing in yourself. Even if you don't know how it's going to manifest, it's like divine is like, we're going to guide you. You know, fulfillment of wishes, keeping the hope alive. And that's what really produces this material and spiritual prosperity. All right. I love that we saw the Ace of Wands. We'll see. I have a feeling it's going to come out in the reading too, or in the clarifier. So let's go ahead and bring the Gilded Tarot right in and let's go deeper. You know, I do feel like a lot of you do use your spirituality within what you do in the world. It doesn't have to mean like I own a spiritually based business. You know, it could just be talking about like I'm following my guidance, like I'm allowing myself to feel my guidance. And instead of questioning it, I'm just going to start following it. I'm going to trust in divine timing. You know, this seems to be the perfect time for some wishes to come true. All right, start at the beginning, but we are going to read it as a whole. You have two changes on the top line with final reflection and then your own individuality, trusting that. And again, I feel like there's someone for some of you who admires you, and they could admire you for many different reasons. You know, it is connected also to the memories of love. And if this has anything to do with love, and I feel like it's both, this would mean that this is someone who would not come into your life and say, Sag, I need you to change this about yourself. And I need you to change that about yourself. That's probably what you've been dealing with. People who weren't accepting you for all it is you have to give to the world. You know, people who were, you know, throwing those obstacles in front of you. But I feel like you know, now you can just climb right over them. You can just push them to the side and keep going forward. Some of you may have a love come in that is completely unexpected. All right, with the Two of Pentacles. Should I or shouldn't I? Do I or don't I? You know, they call this the juggler's card. And that can mean like I have a lot of balls in the air. Can I juggle another one? I feel like it's about using your logical mind. You know, trusting in your own abilities. Again, you don't have to know everything, but moving into something. So it is a question, but it does put the ball in your court at the same time. And I feel like that means that you do have the ability to take the power away from those who are trying to stop you in any way and put the power back in yourself. You know, you are so, what's the word I want to use? You're very free loving. And to me, that means quite a few different things, but I don't feel like you like to be told what to do. You know what I mean? I feel like you look down upon that, and I get it. I'm the same way. I'm a Virgo. I'm the same way. Um, And that can even talk about, like, maybe you had a job where you couldn't be all that you are. And you just got tired of it. Justice. Part of Libra. Um, can certainly talk about a divorce. Some of you, maybe that's what you're going through. Maybe it's what you're questioning. This is about cutting ties. But listen, when we cut the ties that justice asks us to cut, it's ties that are no longer serving us anyway. It's some type of tie that has left you in an unbalanced state. And that simple action, I'm saying simple, but that action of cutting those ties rebalances you. When justice shows up in a reading, it's really about what's fair and just for you. It is about making you whole again. I just get a feeling like some of you have been dealing with people, difficult people. And listen, maybe, let's say it's family, and I can't like literally cut the ties to my family. I mean, you can, but, do we want to do that? I feel like it's more about not taking on, what their belief system is and trusting within your own. Again, justice is about making you whole again. And it is mirroring this Four of Cups. So, discontentment, boredom. I want to change. I want something new. And that's exactly what you're receiving here. But this may be one of the requirements that old energy goes away and that you can get back to you. Some of you, that may be what you are questioning. Do I cut ties? I can't really answer that question for you because that's really free will. But honestly, everything is pointing in that direction. And, it can even be energetic ties with the Nine of Swords here. Some of you may be telling yourself, I'm not going to sit here and just keep worrying about, will I be successful at something? Instead, I'm going to start putting the action in and just trust, right? I'm going to put those positive intentions out there. And like the law of attraction, that's what's going to meet you. That eight, that positive movement forward again is mirroring the star. Ten of Wands over financial and material changes. Wow. That tells me that, this is where it feels like all the weight of the world is on your shoulders. This can certainly talk about a period of time of heavy responsibilities. I often feel the person in the Ten of Wands is secretly wishing for, I say secretly, maybe subconsciously, maybe consciously, wishing for a tower type energy. Now, I say a tower, I mean that in a way where like maybe I'm having such a hard time making a decision that I want divine just to make it for me. Well, they will. Some of you may have quit a job. And if that's the case, I feel like it's because, like, again, it seems like all the responsibilities were on your shoulder, but yet not seeing the fruits of your labor. That's why justice is out, because to me, this is energy that almost feels like too much. It's too much. It is looking right back at justice, by the way. Um, and I also want to say, I feel like that for a few of you, you know, I feel like this is also talking about a relationship that doesn't feel like it's going in a positive direction. But if that's the case, I feel like it's been that way for a while. And maybe you have like someone like on in your heart, someone of your past. And, when you come home from a hard day's work and you lay your head on your pillow, they're who you think about. And by the way, that is a form of also manifesting. Like I may not know consciously that I'm really asking the universe to like bring this together. But yet, when I lay my head on my pillow, I keep thinking of this person. And, the law of attraction also, I feel like when I'm thinking of someone, they potentially might start thinking about me, or they may also already be thinking about you. Eight of Cups. There's our new beginning. It makes perfect sense to me because I did feel really before I even began your reading. Excuse me, I'm just readjusting my seat. Before I even started your reading, I did feel like a lot of you had been in like a state of reflection, have been questioning like your current circumstances. Is this really how I want my life to be? How I want my life to look? And it doesn't have to be, again, all areas of your life, but something. The Eight of Cups tells me that you've also been reflecting upon the cups in your life, the cups that have been knocked over. Why were they knocked over? But you don't want to get lost in that energy too long. You know what I mean? Because some cups are just knocked over because it's just the way it was meant to be. Some of them may have been free will decisions, you know what I mean? And they didn't stand the test of time. The eight is asking you to allow yourself to have this new beginning. The person in the Eight of Cups is moving towards the Nine of Cups, which is a fulfillment of a wish or wishes, but it's also inner harmony. That feels good because I feel like it's moving you out of the state of worry and into the energy of inner harmony. I just feel like something has just been too much. Something has been too heavy. And the only way that I can change that is to cut ties to it. And so I do. I allow myself to have this new beginning. You know, the Eight of Cups and positive movement forward, they're both moving towards the sun. Clarity, new beginnings, trusting in yourself. Even if you don't have all the answers yet, that is life. A lot of times we're creating our future in this present moment. Like the intentions we put out now will determine what our harvest will look like in the fall. Will I give myself this new beginning? Following the Ten of Wands is like, too much, too much, too much. And maybe that's what Temperance is waiting for. Again, divine timing, right? Sometimes divine is waiting on us. It's not always us waiting on divine. Sometimes divine is waiting for us to make these changes. Another way of saying that is there's probably some life lessons in this hardship. And I feel like you're learning these lessons because I feel like that's what spiritual strength is talking about. I feel like a day will come when you will look back and say to yourself, wow, look how much I've grown. Look at the things I have overcome. Look how I didn't allow these obstacles to stand in my way. You know, the realization of is everything on my shoulders. Is that really how I want to live my life? Again, I feel like the decision through the Two of Pentacles is yours. And I do kind of feel like temperance is like waiting patiently. It's not to stress you out because I feel like divine will wait as long as need be. These are your choices. And then divine's going to get behind you. All right. Let's keep going. We have the King of Wands. He did show in reverse though. Now, this can be you, another Sagittarius, an Aries, a Leo. But it doesn't have to be any of that. It could simply mean because this king really moves according to his desires, his passions. This is someone who doesn't put a lot of worry behind something. I feel like the queen or the king of wands, they have fallen, but they get back up again. Now, because it's showing in reverse, it just may literally be saying that, at this moment, there's been no movement, but yet it's coming over positive movement forward. Maybe I just have to allow it. Now, for some of you, this could talk about maybe someone that you are cutting out of your life. Maybe someone has, I don't know, I get this feeling like maybe someone hasn't been showing me or putting actions behind their words. And Sagittarius, I know you can only live with that for so long. Because again, you do seek freedom. And that doesn't mean like freedom from relationships, but yet you still need a sense of freedom, even within relationships. I do feel like you're one of those signs where you make a great boss. And why? Because I feel like you're not great with authority. Yes, you can follow it, you can follow in line, you can do what's being asked of you. But the truth is, I feel like it almost feels like you know more than you're being given credit for. So if this is talking about, let's say, changes of jobs, it feels like it's time. It's almost like I've done it long enough and I'm not getting the credit I deserve. I'm not telling you to quit a job. I feel like if that would come from you, I feel like if someone had, like, if this is speaking of love, and again, I feel like it's speaking of everything, but I feel like also of love, if there's someone that I had hoped would be, my person, but yet they didn't put much action behind that. I kind of feel like that's your answer. But here's the thing, I feel like there is someone else on your path. Look at this, the Three of Pentacles again. Interesting. Right over spiritual strength. First of all, I feel like this is you realizing now. You're realizing that you can be very good at something. This is about realizing that you were made just the way you were meant to be made. A lot of these life experiences are exactly what make you how strong you now are. And I also feel because we have two, three of pentacles and justice over one of them, you know, someone may be cutting ties with someone else, and that may free you really to be you. But I also feel, I'm thinking the three and the three would equal this six, which again is memories of love. It may free me to actually be with someone. I want to say that maybe I've always wanted to be with. But again, some of you, it may be a complete surprise. Because this Four of Cups, again, I just feel like this person's not even expecting a cup. Yet, here is a wish coming true. Here is divine saying, all in divine timing. The cutting of certain ties, it's really what frees you up. And I feel like this is about two people who appreciate each other for exactly who they are, even those broken little pieces. You know, if this king over here was not, maybe I had wished that this person would, give me the time of day, would recognize, who I am, want to be with me, like, because I feel like this could be someone who is in and out of your life. Well, I feel like you'll only take that for so long. Now I'm looking forward to seeing what comes over this memories of love, the Six of Cups. Wow, come on. Hello, Ace of Cups. No wonder I was looking forward to it. Love. In a lot of tarot cards, you'll see it says love begins. I feel like for some of you, there has been someone on your heart, in your heart, and you in theirs. You may have had to make some difficult decisions, some difficult changes, but I feel like all of them will pay off in the long run. Again, this king, and I'm saying king, it can also be a queen, because we are masculine and feminine energy. But I do feel like, someone was not putting action behind their words, made you feel stuck, but that's an illusion. And in the Eight of Cups, that's what I'm realizing. And then we have the moon over the star. Interesting. So, the moon, part of Pisces, ruler of Cancer. And we do have a Cancer card right above it. However, this can speak about uncertainties. You know, maybe I don't know that this Ace of Cups can actually manifest. And maybe that's why you need to think about your intentions. And I do feel like for some of you, it's like there is someone who's lived in your heart. Now, it could be a soulmate. And it doesn't always, when I think of a soulmate, because I'm feeling that, it doesn't always mean that we've lived in this lifetime together. But it can certainly mean that you haven't felt that fulfillment of love yet. This is also very dreamy energy. Some of you, again, that may be why I said when you put your head on the pillow at night, it may be coming through your dreams. Like you may be manifesting in your dreams. I feel like for some of you, it's like you're like astro traveling And, you're connecting to this soulmate. Interesting, I keep saying soulmate, so it must be, um, in your dreams. Now, you may not know that. You may wake up and not even remember that dream. If we remember we're connected by that silver string, that means that we can travel through our dreams. Coming right over the star, right next to the Ace of Cups. Ace of Cups coming right over memories of love. And that makes me feel even more that if there's been someone in my life who just is not putting energy into being with me, because again, this can talk about if this is relating to love, the Ten of Wands, you carry the brunt of the responsibility. But I can't see you being happy in that energy. Temperance, divine timing, is really connecting to the Ace of Cups and this memories of love. It's like temperance already knows. Like, I already know. I already know when this love is meant to happen. Let me take that back because I feel like it's not about like it has to happen in a particular time. I feel like it's more about as you start to move forward in your life, right? As you start to say, I'm no longer going to carry the brunt of the responsibility, both in your finances, but also in love. As you cut those ties that really are not doing you any favors, I feel like that's what opens up everything. New opportunities, new love. Interesting. Okay, let's keep going. Some of you, that may be why, I just realized too with, look at this, the Eight of Swords underneath all of this. So the Eight of Swords is self-created prison. This could be where I'm telling myself that I'm stuck in this situation, but you're really not, right? That self-created prison. And you're the one who has to set yourself free. However, divine is helping you, like activating your heart chakra. Her eyes are closed. And again, I feel that energy, and I know it's not for everyone, but I do feel like, I may be connecting with someone in my dreams. Some of you can remember it, and some of you don't, but it doesn't matter. And then, lo and behold, here comes the cups. So it can certainly mean like I'm making a decision, because I feel trapped, but I have to make a decision whether I stay with someone who is not putting in the effort and I don't even think that if let's say this is a person that I love, but is not showing me what I deserve, I don't feel like I'm cutting ties with this person just so I can be with this person. Though I feel like that is what you're being guided to. That's passion ignited, activation, trust within, really trust within what you're feeling. Try not to second guess it. I am not telling you to cut ties with anyone that you don't think you should cut ties with. That is free will. And that's exactly what temperance would say. I can't make you, though I can make it uncomfortable, right? Because again, in the Ten of Wands, I feel like someone may secretly or subconsciously been like, oh, universe, just give me a tower already so that I can move on. And so be it. Am I going to take, am I going to continue to, let's just say, love this person who's not showing me the love? They could say, I love you, but then doesn't show it. Where over here, the Ace of Cups, over memories of love. This is happy and treasured memories. Again, whether I've met this person in this lifetime or not. You're making some you're making some decisions. And that may be why I felt like you were in a state of reflection for a while. Because now I feel like you are making some decisions. You are starting to move forward. And those who try to hold you back, I feel like they lose their power. Why? Because I feel like you're reclaiming your own power. Card overboard. 7 of Swords. Coming over, stand your ground. Coming under, that King in reverse. Now, that King in reverse does not have to be a fire sign. I want you to understand that. To me, it just feels like someone who does not put the action behind their words. Now, I'm starting to feel even, I don't know what the word I want to say, worse about them. Because this is about deception and envy. Doesn't necessarily mean someone's cheating on me, but maybe I feel that way. And I don't know, maybe it's just me, but as a Virgo, if I feel that, like if I can't trust, I can't live that way. Like if I feel that someone might be cheating on me, but I don't have the proof, well, my feeling is the proof. This is like the thief in the night. This is a taker. This is someone who takes and takes and takes. And that may be why the responsibility was all on your shoulders. I feel like it's very clear here. Coming over, stand your ground. It's like someone treating you like crap, not contacting you, shutting down their emotions, not putting action behind their words. And then you talk to them about it. I feel like they would just lie. I definitely feel this energy of someone who lies. I can't believe your words. That would drive me crazy. I've been there, done that. You know, I feel like goodbye, King of Wands. Listen, I don't feel like you're happy anyway. And sometimes just making a change can be scary, right? And that can hold me back for a period of time. However, this could certainly talk about someone that you've given a lot of time to. But I don't feel like they're appreciating you for who you are. Where I feel like there is someone who appreciates you for exactly who you are, or will appreciate you for exactly who you are. And by the way, you, them also. To me, that means that who's ever in this Ace of Cups, this is someone who potentially is like on the same vibration as you. And I feel like that's important because I feel like this king is in a lower vibration. And one of the things maybe that you're learning is I don't want to keep lowering my vibration to be with you. It's going to start being the other way around now. If someone can't match my vibration, then I've got to let them go. But I have a feeling once you do let this person go, it's like freedom. You're setting yourself free from that self-created prison. Freedom. All right, let's keep going. Page of Cups. Let your inner child. Some of you, that's where the injury took place. You know, it's like someone's lies. Oh, right in my inner child. This is really about learning to love yourself again, respect yourself, know your worth. You know, it's not about shutting down your heart. Of course, that is your choice. But I feel like as I start to know myself, understand what I deserve, I feel like this page is someone who does take chances, takes a risk. You know, it's coming over the energy of discontentment and boredom, but it's being mirrored by judgment, or I'm sorry, by justice. You know, I just want to feel whole again. Just want to feel whole again. Some of you, while you've been in this state of reflection, that's what you're realizing. You know, I feel like we don't want to look back, like, say, this king who is carrying untrustworthy energy, who has kind of held me back for a while. I don't want to look back and be regretful because really what you're doing, what is happening is you're learning and you're growing. And I feel like you're really understanding that those who have a lower vibration, I don't really want them in my life anyway. You know, it's like, yes, I could have loved them, but I feel like there's all different forms of love, all different levels. I may have given someone my love, and yes, they may have said they love you too, and maybe they do love you. But again, it's like they don't want to give up, you know, I don't know. They don't want to give up them being able to do whatever they want to do, calling you only when they feel like it. You know, I don't think this King of Wands is you, but I do feel like they are blocking you from potentially, well, some blessings. We have the Hermit, card of Virgo. This really is taking a deep dive within oneself. This can feel like I've gone through the dark night of the soul, and someone's taken you there. But this is really coming out the other end. This is seeking spiritual wisdom and gaining it. You know, what else I love about the Hermit is when the Hermit has learned like some of these lessons, they then become beacon of light to others. You know, and I feel like that really is our purpose. A lot of people ask, like, what is my purpose here? Maybe just to take the lessons that you have learned and to help others in some way. You know, I feel like we're going from like maybe days of crying, sadness, isolation, and now we're moving back into the world. Now our light is beginning to shine. I feel like this is also saying don't shut down your heart. That is up to you. But the Hermit is somewhat of a guarantee because his lantern or her lantern is illuminating any snakes in the grass. It's a sense of trust that you'll see them, feel them before they can even reach you. You know, who are they talking about? The type of people are then in Seven of Swords, the type of people who take, and take. Liars, cheaters. They're the snake. But now you have the light. Right over temperance is like, that's what I've been waiting for. That's, it's like you're getting a hand from the heavens, applause from the heavens. Well, hello, Six of Swords. The perfect energy to come out right now. Why? Because this is you saying, I'm not going to take it anymore. The Hermit again is illuminating the light. Well, he's illuminating this card. And in the Six of Swords, you just got to look back one card. And that's a Five of Swords. That's a toxicity. That's the energy that just is hard to live in. And this is moving away from it. Temporarily, this can feel a little difficult, but I feel like you really have the knowing in this energy that you are moving to calmer waters. I feel like for some of you, by the time we get here, it's like you say to yourself, look at what I've been through. There's nothing I cannot overcome. You're leaving those swords in the past. You're leaving that Seven of Swords, that untrustworthy energy behind you. To me, this is kind of beautiful. Now, I do feel like for some, it's definitely talking about love, but it's also talking about your material and your spiritual prosperity. Well, the Hermit coming out right before it, that would definitely talk about your spiritual prosperity. And I just feel like for some of you, like you are making some major changes in your life. And they just seem to fall in your favor. They just fall in your favor. All right. I want to look at, I definitely want to look at this Ace of Cups coming over memories of love. Any more clarity on that, please? Wow. First of all, hello, Sun. In the Eight of Cups, in this positive movement forward, they're both heading towards the sun. Here's the sun. Here is the sun. Let me tell you why it's important that the sun just came out. Because it's coming over the Ace of Cups. And to me, the sun is, it's a comfort level that I really don't have to worry that I'm going to run into, more of these snakes in the grass. Because truly, nothing can hide when the sun comes out. If someone is telling you lies, you'll see it, you'll know it, period. Now, I don't feel that at all with the Ace of Cups. I don't feel this is about lies. I feel like this is like a brand new day. Interesting because it's also making me think of this Page of Cups. Playful, loving, and allowing myself to love. I can't let this person stop me from having really what divine is telling me is available to me. Also, the ruler of Leo, by the way. But This is like a brand new day. This is feeling like a kid again. And it's also coming over memories of love. So some of you, it definitely connects you back. And then, hello, Two of Wands. So I feel like this is you saying yes. This is you taking a chance. I love, first of all, you're walking down the path of the wands. That's a very comfortable energy for you. We were dealing with a lot of swords, and now we're moving into the wands. This is where I don't let fear, even if I may have a little fear, I don't let it get in my way. With temperance so close to this Ace of Cups and this memories of love, and now the sun, I feel like there will be such little doubt. I can't help but connect some of you to someone that you knew back in the day. Not this person. This person I feel like you're done with. And then I feel like, well, this is my yes card. This is beginning down a new path. And this path is passion filled. We saw that Ace of Wands, right? Passion ignited. It lies upon this path. So does this love. I don't know that it could be any clearer. I know that doesn't make everything easy because it's clear, but I feel like it is showing you, again, if, I can continue to give someone who's giving me no respect, I can continue to give them my time. But I also got to be honest with myself. How long do I want to live like that? Even in your work life, if it's just all me, but I'm not seeing the fruits of my labor because down here, this is not just talking about love, it's talking about material and spiritual prosperity. That tells me this is a spiritual love. Hmm. You're leaving that toxicity behind. You're no longer buying someone's lies. Not that I feel like you were anyway, but it did put you in a state of worry. You know, they could have certainly, well, I want to say they could have certainly put these obstacles in front of you. But now these obstacles, which may have looked like a mountain, are now just a little molehill. Like, I feel like I can just jump right over it. This is a new path, a new beginning. And listen, the star is also here. So I feel like, whether I consciously know this or subconsciously, I feel like your soul knows this, that this is about to happen. Now, I say it's about to happen, but I want you to realize, this is why I call these readings like a roadmap, because let's say I never do cut the ties. Well, in a way, am I not kind of then stuck in this energy? It is me who has to set myself free. And, it's connected directly to those obstacles, to those challenges. And by the way, and then you have your intuition. Oh, look at this. And then with that, you have the Seven of Swords. So intuitively, I feel like you already know that someone's not being truthful or honest with you. Your intuition is letting you know that you just might be second guessing that. Listen, they could be a very good liar, but I still feel like you know in your heart. And Look at this. I don't want to keep going backwards, but then we end up at the Two of Wands. Two of Wands. Oh, there it is, the Two of Wands. So, truth, your own truth. This is judgment. This is your spiritual team. And they just want you to be honest with yourself. These decisions you make, but they just want you to be honest with yourself at the same time. You know, when you see judgment, it talks about a rebirth, but it does mean there's an ending. I can't see anything here that would make me want to stay anyways, to be honest. Has someone been truthful with me? I don't think so. But your intuition already knew that. Now it's just like your human mind has to catch up to that. Right? Breaking free. Breaking free. Setting yourself free. No more conflicts. No more defeat. You know, the energy of feeling defeated. Wow. That's illusionary. But that's because someone probably put that in your head. You have to break yourself free from that. Because that Eight of Swords, what does it turn into? The Nine of Swords. So your guides are like, we're trying to activate your chakras. We're trying to put passion back in your heart again. We are trying to get you to make those moves. But it does have to ultimately be yours, right? It is your choice, your decision. But it is like night and day. Some of you could literally be moving, and it could be a change of jobs and a change of love. Interesting. Okay. I think what I want to do, because I feel like it's very clear, is I just want to take some cards right across the middle. Let's pick up these two cards and let's just go right across the middle of the spread for any other messages that maybe I've missed, that still want to come out. I leave it open to our guides. There's that Five of Swords. Well, hello, Six of Cups. So, this Five of Swords is coming right by that King in reverse. It's telling you who's toxic. It's telling you that, you know, this person is literally taking more than they need, and probably no excuses for it. Yet, at the same time, here's that Six of Cups again. Some of you, this may be what has helped you to get through. And then we have the King of Swords. Can be a Gemini, Libra, Aquarius. It is a changing of the kings. But let me tell you what I feel about this king. This is someone who lives in their truth and, you know, really demands the truth back. This is someone who lives with integrity. It is like, again, night and day. Now, I don't want you to just think it has to be an air sign. I want you to think more about their energy. Because I feel like because I've been dealing with so much untruthful energy, boy, only the truth will do. All right. And this king is connected to the Six of Cups. So, you know, definitely changing of the guards. It's also telling me, because it's a king, again, male or female, don't worry about that, that this is someone who's coming in, let's just say mature energy. This king's in reverse. This king's in the upright. This king is immature. This king is mature. Well, hello, Ace of Wands. Now literally coming over the Ace of Cups. So it kind of jumped out from the bottom of the deck into the reading. In a way, it's a sense of comfort because I feel like your guides are helping you to feel the direction you should go if you so choose. I feel like in the Ace of Wands, I do have to reach out and grab this, right? I do have to say yes. I don't have to know, like, where will it take me? Like, what will be the ultimate destination? It's just the movement. And that movement, I feel like, is the beginning of everything. All right, one more. One more round, I mean. Oh, I just knew it. I just knew it. But let's start with the Page of Wands. This is your inner child. And, I often call the Page of Wands like my Fool's energy. Why? Because this is a risk taker. That's who you naturally are. You know what I mean? And yes, sometimes you do fall, but you do get back up again. That's what I love about you. I do feel like you may have gotten stuck in someone's web for a while, but so be it. That was then. And then, hello, soulmates. Hello, soulmates. I knew it. And by the way, look at them eye to eye. Path to someone's soul is through their eyes. Truth. Same vibration. I just knew it. I just knew this was talking about soulmates. I want to remind you this is not just talking about love. It's really talking about your life and how to like live the life of really what is your dreams? What are your wishes? And how can I start to manifest them? Yes, I may have to do some difficult work, but I feel like once I do, everything just seems to lighten up. And then I feel like you're trusting your intuition. I feel like for a second with this person, you second guessed it. Don't judge yourself for that. Because I feel like if nothing else, you definitely learned, what love is not supposed to look like. That Three of Pentacles that we saw twice, that, someone admire, interesting because I started the reading off saying I felt like someone was admiring you from afar. And I think I've said this in a few readings. I'm not sure if you showed up in those readings, because I know you showed up in a few, but just can even talk about like someone who, again, was connected to this person over here. Just I want to call him this little liar. And like I'm thinking of like social media where I could have put, that I was in a relationship and then I leave that, I end that. And that's what the Six of Swords is. You really are letting the toxicity go. You're not going to carry it with you. You're not going to carry it with you. But you are carrying the lessons with you. I feel like if nothing else, you're really learning how to read energy and they are looking eye to eye, soul to soul. And two, Three of Pentacles, both appreciating each other for exactly who they are. And that doesn't mean either one of us are perfect. And I often feel like the things that I don't like about myself are the things that they're going to be like, oh, but sweetie, I think it's adorable. And you, them. Sagittarius. I mean, I don't even know what to say. I feel like it's all been said. And yes, this is about divine timing. But I have to tell you, I feel like divine is waiting on you. And I feel like once you make those decisions, those choices, if you choose to, I feel like the rest kind of just falls in place. Yes, some of it is different, temporarily difficult, but look where it's taken you. I feel like this feels like a dream life. Doesn't mean there won't be any molehills, but no more mountains. Wow. All right. Um, so I'm just gonna leave it there. And and that's probably why I felt for some, like maybe I haven't met this person yet, but there's been this longing within me, right? Like I could have loved more than one person, but I never felt like this true fulfillment that you're gonna feel here. You're gonna feel it here. And them too. All right. Let's take Mother Mary over this beautiful, difficult, yes, but temporarily. It's like literally you're not taking anyone's bullshit anymore. You know, if I've been dealing with someone who is in my life and out of my life and in my life and out of my life, that's your answer, right? Because I feel like when you move into this energy, it's not about someone who's in and out, that we're in it. We're in it for good. And I feel like both of you will have, like, really this spiritual knowledge. Oh my gosh. Love. 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 Talking about love. 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 Love is the answer to all of my questions. Love. This don't feel like love back here. Maybe a form of it, but lower. Now I feel like this is talking about true love. I told you, Mother Mary always brings out the right card. Always. And I can feel this love. Amen. I've been saying that a lot too, like, amen. You know, it is your roadmap, and it's not promising that it's going to be easy. But what it is showing you is when you start making choices and decisions, according to what feels good and right to you, when I no longer accept those who, listen, just keep me on the hook, just to keep me on the hook. When I really understand my own self-worth, when I really start believing in dreams, in possibilities, right? That I can have the highest form of love. Listen, temperance here, divine timing. She wouldn't be bringing in like a free will love. No, she's bringing your soulmate in and bringing you to them. And I often feel temperance is really the one who is making sure that both soulmates' cups are equally filled, the same vibration. I just want to thank your guides and my guides. I feel like this reading is so clear, so full of promise. And yes, I do have to make the changes, but I feel like this is just saying to you, when will this happen? I feel like that really depends on you and them. They may be going through similar situations. Again, temperance is making sure both soulmates' cups are equally filled. Passion, love, dreamy, It feels like the opposite of where I've been. And I have to tell you, I feel joyful that I'm able to bring you this reading, these messages. And I am going to ask you to use your spiritual ears and eyes when you watch this reading. You know what I mean? Like, because a lot of people skip over the lessons and then say, well, love isn't coming for me. Well, if I don't understand, that our souls came here to learn and we grow through these lessons. And yes, sometimes we have to learn to use those karmic scissors. Keep your hope alive. Know this what meant for you absolutely can find you and you them. Just be willing to make the changes. Because listen, the changes that you're being asked to make, first of all, it is telling us they're toxic, right? The weight has been on your shoulders. Reclaim your power. And I feel like, and then just watch. Set yourself free. Try to keep your heart open. Don't think that all people are like this person. And if you do think that, that means that your vibration has also been at that level. And I keep attracting that same type of energy. But as I learn that and I grow spiritual, right? Spiritual prosperity. The law of attraction says wherever your vibration is at, that's what must meet you. That's why these lessons can be difficult, but as you overcome them, I don't know. I just feel like there's a sense of true freedom within yourself. And I feel like once you find that, you're never going to let it go. You're never going to let it go. Sagittarius, I love you. I thank you so much. So honored to bring you these messages. I know, for some, it's like I don't relate to it. It may just not be your time yet. Or again, you may need to look at like, okay, if I don't cut those ties, you know, if I keep accepting like people who lie, keep me on the hook, am I not just inviting the same thing back and back and back? Okay, I keep talking. I'm going to stop. I love you guys. I thank you. I will see you next time at our table. Bye bye.